Oh shit, I'm not in the shot.
Woo!
There
We're
we
praying
go.
for you guys. Fruit of the vine.
Water of the bong.
This is what actually got me on this trip. I woke up on March 18th, 2020, and I went to Trader Joe's. This is a bag of hemp.
It's hemp.
Just wanted to show you guys what hemp looked like. It looks just like weed. So, March 18th, 2020, the first day of the pandemic, they closed Trader Joe's. I go to Trader Joe's every time I run out of grape juice because I love drinking grape juice in the morning. It looks like wine, but it is the fruit of the vine, but it's grape juice. And it is my cup of joy.
Cup of joy.
Well, that's what we do with the 10 plagues when we celebrate Passover. When we say the wine is our joy. So when we remember the Egyptians, when we read I forget what this
I
statement.
thought you were being funny.
No, I'm totally serious. We took our finger and we dip it out for each of the 10 plagues. We remember what happened to the Egyptians. Okay. So, listen, here's what I'm realizing. YouTube is afraid of us because they wouldn't be censoring us if they weren't afraid of us. The only reason you censor someone is because you're afraid of them.
locos forever, you say.
It's the cholo and the gringo, and we're teaching the Bible with bongs and grape juice and
Hemp.
These people are afraid of us because we do have the truth. So I'm going to break it down. We've been saying the same thing for 15 years. The country's in a civil war. The globe is now in the same civil war. And it's a war that isn't necessarily with the people. It's going on between some of the leaders, the authoritarians versus the libertarians. The people who still believe in freedom in America. That's what's happening in our country. Around the world, there's hardly a country out there that has freedom documented into their constitution the way we do. The other countries are like Mexico, for example. They're free because the people don't follow the law. And there's an old t-shirt, bumper sticker that said, "When freedom is outlawed, only the outlaws are free." So what we've tried to do is show you Dennis Perone, Tommy Chong, Eddie Lepp, Jack Hare, Ed Adair,
Jason Trudell.
John Trudell.
John Trudell. Hey, I was close.
John Trudell, Roland Manickaja, and every single one of these people, including myself, has been to jail. Now, we haven't served a long time. This is what was pissing me off yesterday. Not pissing me off, but I was thinking of the irony. Snoop Dogg and I were the only two people to play ourselves on the TV show Weeds. Snoop Dogg's actually murdered someone. Not murdered someone, killed someone. I don't know if it was in self-defense or how he got away with it. I didn't look into it. But Snoop Dogg's actually killed someone, and I'm the one who gets 20 years. And so the justice system is messed up. The judges were able to accept bribes in my case legally, and the California state legislature gave all the judges who were accepting illegal bribes in California retroactive criminal immunity because it's illegal to accept a bribe as a judge. But the counties were paying off the judges to make sure they'd win the lawsuits. And that was confirmed for me because my father works in government. I feel like we need a little more yellow there. Gotta open my jacket. It's the crack of dawn in the morning. Mario, we're up before the sun.
It's fucking Sunday.
Filming for you guys because we care.
We got the 49 days to commit.
And we did commit to the 49 days. And that has been challenging for Mario and for me. I've been paying him. Now, these are some of the questions we have to figure out. I've been paying him in crypto coins. I haven't paid him in cash. So how do I record it? Because let's say I paid him $10,000 over the last 2 months for crypto coins that I only paid $1,000 for, and I traded a commodity to get those cryptocurrencies. Because some kid said to me, hey man, can I give you Bitcoin for some hemp? And I had never done Bitcoin before, so I was like, yeah. And then I traded it in from Bitcoin. I just converted it to, I didn't want to be all in one coin, so I split it up. And one of the coins shot up and went from, let's say I had $10,000, but I only paid $270 for it. Now, how do I record that? You know, we're not taking Social Security out because there is going to be no Social Security left by the time we're ready to retire. They already know it's going broke this year or something. They've been stealing from it for so long. Just for your, just so you know, you guys, this message is brought to you by Pfizer.
Brought to you in part by
Pfizer. Yeah. Did you see that clip I sent you?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Everything, that was the point I was trying to make, is the entire news of the world is brought to you by Pfizer, and so are the drugs. And that's why you don't hear anything like us. And I think, so we're getting into the, now I feel like Joe Biden all of a sudden, I'm scrambling ideas. We might have to start over.
I don't know where we're at. I kind of got lost too. I got spaced out. I wonder why.
I've been like really excited to share this message with you. Is that YouTube is afraid of two guys like us and a video channel, even though we have 29 subscribers, because we're sending out a press release and trying to build up our station, and that's a threat to them. They want to be able to pick who the winners and losers are. And obviously, we don't have the same view. We're using YouTube's platform, but we don't have the same worldview as YouTube. YouTube, I believe, may be working for the Chinese, just like Joe Biden, because that is the red horse. They first came with the white horse, that was the doctors. Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci. And so they came with the white horse, and they weakened the entire world's economy and population, with young teenagers getting myocarditis. I didn't even know what
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I still can't even say it properly, but at least I know what it is. It's a horrific thing that happens to a lot of young men, especially healthy young men, potentially who've had the virus before when they received the vaccine. Now, obviously, it's a small percentage, but it's still a big effing percentage. They say more people have died from the COVID vaccine than from all the vaccines in history from their adverse effects. Oh God, now we probably just got banned. We need to start over. Okay,
Banned.
so Mario can beep some of this stuff out so we don't get banned. Let's see if we can get this done in one. So if you say anything that goes against the mainstream narrative, like that guy on the Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving. Have you heard of him? Kyrie Irving.
What did he say?
He said, fuck China, man. I'm for freedom. I'm not for China. And I'm like,
I keep getting that shit on my phone. I think that's the one you're telling me about.
okay, I don't know who this guy
Some
is.
dude blasted China, blah, blah, blah. And
But I loved him. I looked at this guy and I'm like, fuck, thank God somebody put
I'm not going to bring my phones to these things anymore.
somebody put America above profits. Like, if we lose our country, it don't matter how rich you are. If you're a slave in China, like, your money ain't gonna buy you anything. In fact, the Chinese will kill you first when they take over. And I had a vision when I was
Especially if money's not worth anything.
Yeah, when I was out with the Amish, I had a vision of like Chinese soldiers in UN hats rolling right over the Amish farms. And I asked my friend Eli, "Nah, don't you fucking chinos." I said, hey, are the Amish gonna fight if a war comes here? He's like, no, we'll probably leave because they're farmers, not fighters. And they'll take their seeds and they'll take their family, hopefully in their health, and they'll go and live somewhere.
Wrong farm, dude. I was thinking like it was something like Mexican rancho.
So, and one of the Amish guys, Moses Glick, who I've known for a couple years now from doing hemp business with the Amish, his family, one of his ancestors A 9-year-old boy, his whole family was killed. They were a Jewish family in Ohio, killed by Native Americans during the French Indian War. And his ancestor, John Glick, hid in a log. And I know of Native American stories like this, and I even know of one story of a white girl who was in Rwanda who hid in a trash can when her whole family was murdered when she was 8 or 9 years old, and she heard the screaming and the murders of her whole family, and they never found her in the trash can. She was an interesting woman. So there's all sorts of people out there and people's experience. So John Glick's family, the Glick family, was adopted by an Amish family. So they began to live like the Amish. They still know they have Jewish ancestors, but they're Amish. They live as Amish. They work as Amish. And it's funny that they just know their family story so well. And I know my family story, and I hope you guys know something about your family story. Mario knows his family story. It's nice to have a history and a story because they're tearing down statues, and this is way too long. Should we start over?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
All right, let's start over and try and stay focused.
All right, what are we